Hello, everyone, and thank you for tuning in to the Minor Adjustments Online Talk Show. I'm your host, Michael Mickey Williams Jr. My co-host, or the other host, is not here right now. Okay, so let's see. Welcome everybody again to the Minor Adjustments Online Talk Show. I've been trying to fix this camera. I don't know what's wrong with it, but anyway, the Minor Adjustment Online Talk Show was created to inspire, encourage, give hope, and to stir up the greatness that people have inside of them. Today we have a great show for you today, and we will have Pastor Brown on from Atlantic City. He will be sharing a lot of great things that he has been doing in the community, and a lot of things that God has been doing in his life in particular. But other than that, let's see. Let's go through a couple of things. Say hi to everybody. How you doing, sis? Good evening to you too. Also, we would like to always acknowledge all the people who support us doing everything that God has called us to do. We have so many different people who support us doing what we do. Let me see. I wanted to read something too. Look for on my page too for the Mind Purpose is Greater Than Your Struggle conference, November 10th in Bristol, New Jersey. Also, if you want to get like a t-shirt and all that stuff, you got to go ahead and let me know so I can go ahead and order them and have them ready. What else I got here? But we want to thank everybody for who supports us in any area by encouraging words, prayer. It don't always have to be, some financial stuff. You can always support us in prayer. More importantly, prayer, because we stay going into the enemy's camp and invading his camp, because that's what we do. So we always are under attack for other things, but we don't worry about that. This ain't no place for cowards. But let's see what else I got here. I want to also let's see. Let's see what I got here. What's up, Miller? What's going on, everybody? We're gonna wait about for a few minutes before we bring our guests on today. I'm going through some preliminary stuff that I always go through. Anything that we're doing, you can always go to the Minor Adjustments website, minoradjustments.org. Please just go to our website. You can check out all the stuff that we're doing. You can also go on there and become a minor adjustments facilitator. You can take the minor adjustments facilitators course. If you like to help people and you have the heart to help people, you could take the course online. It's literally $10 to take the course. Did I say $10? $10. That's all it costs. Take the course and you go through the course, and then you get the certificates and everything like that. That helps us because me and my wife and I are only two people, and we have the heart to want to help people, but we like to get individuals like Sister Lanzetta, who's doing it in Atlantic City, and Clarence, who was doing it for us, and Lucas, and different people who want to do the Mind Adjustment Program. Again, just go to our website and check out all the stuff we're doing. You can go on there and you can also see about all the books that I have written thus far, my 8 books that I have written. Again, thanks to all those who always donate to our vision and mission or support us, not just financially, in prayer or in encouraging words, because we always are going into the enemy's camp and we be pulling people up out of there just like God pulled us out of there. White, black, Spanish, we don't care what their race is. God loves everybody. So we go in the enemy camp and pull people up out of his grip and pull them over to God's side, because there's no better side than being on the Lord's side. What else we got here? Trying to remember everything, because my partner not here, my wife, my best friend. I really didn't notice how important all that stuff was. Well, I did know how important it was, but with her not being next to me, I really see how much stuff that I have to control. And this is just in the small arena of me being at my particular desk right here. So I know when it gets bigger than where we're headed, I'm gonna need everybody to be on point. But anyway, to my wife out there, I know she's out there watching us. Hey, baby, I miss you. I want to read something before I bring our guests up. Let's see how everybody else doing. Good to see y'all again. As always, Minor Adjustments Online Talk Show was created to inspire, encourage, give hope, and to stir up the greatness that people have inside of them. Again, don't forget about the My Purpose is Greater Than Your Struggle conference. If you're not doing anything, Saturday, 5 o'clock, November 10th, and Sunday, 11 o'clock, November 11th. A lot of people have their own churches and stuff, so please stay where you are. But Saturday, try to come out Saturday at 5 p.m. and be blessed by, I'm going to be speaking on Make It Light. Yeah, that's the big topic. Make it light. How to make your situations in your life light instead of carrying those heavy burdens. Woo! Good God. All right, let's see. That's all done. Got that out the way. I can get this out the way. What's up, Uncle Miller? All right. With that being said, we're about to bring our guests up to the screen. I'll bring him up, and before I bring him on the screen, I want to read something. This is from one of my books, My Purpose. I'm so locked on purpose, I can't even get it out of my spirit. This is actually from one of my books called The 28 Sermons You Have to Hear. I'm so focused on purpose, but this is the 28 Sermons You Have to Hear. This is one of my books. This particular book, why am I talking about this book? But this particular book, if you read the book of Ecclesiastes, it's about a time to die, a time to live, a time to this, a time to that. Is all that in there. But if you read them, it's 28 different things that God said there will be a time for. This particular book is dealing with every last one of those 28 things that God said that it will be a time for. And I have noticed from experience, and I still notice today, that many people, not non-believers, people who are believers, are flinching and buckling under things that are happening in their lives. But he told us that they were going to happen. So the 28 sermons you have to hear is about that. But this particular chapter, I want to read a brief excerpt from it. It's chapter 27. When you get the book, because I know you're going to go get it now, you can contact me too. Chapter 27. At the bottom of 84, it says, praise, worship, prayer, intercession, and fasting are weapons believers must learn to use when it's a time to war with our unseen enemy. This is no place for cowards. When it's a time to war, you are not to be afraid, not to tremble, and not to be terrified of the enemy. You are to trust God and believe him for total victory. God's people have been called to preach the gospel of Jesus Christ and to invade dark places with his message of light. This is no place for cowards. This is no place for cowards. When it's a time to war, prayer, worship, intercession, fasting are weapons that a believer must be developed in using. This is no place for cowards. With that being said, I'd like to introduce my guest, Mr. Brown, to the screen today. How you doing, Pastor Brown?
Boy, praise God, praise God. I'm sitting here waiting to come on and trying to figure out which way should I come. And then you read what you just read, and it hit my soul because I'm in the middle of that. Really, I'm on the other side of that.
Amen.
It's not that I was a coward.
No, I know.
But like I shared with you privately, I had went through a dark period.
Yeah.
Now, spreading the word of God, preaching the word of God for more than 10 years, coming from the other side, and then God placing a pimp on the pulpit, right then and there, and to tell you what time it is. Yeah. But yet still, after counseling many people, when it came knocking at my door, when the enemy came knocking, do you know that I screnched? I mean, I don't know what came over me. I froze like a deer with the headlights coming on.
Wow.
I didn't, brother pastor, I didn't pray. Do you hear me? I didn't pray.
Yeah.
I knew the weapons that I had, but I didn't use them.
Didn't use them.
Didn't use them. I didn't pray. I didn't fast.
Man.
I didn't do none of those things, man.
Yeah.
It was like, duh. And all of a sudden, I'm laying up in the hospital bed, and in the room, in the darkness of the hour, the door opens, and here walks in Job, talking about, Brother Jay, I know what you're going through. I've been there, done that, got a t-shirt. All you got to do is hold on, brother, and get back into it. Make some finer adjustments. Just some minor ones now, not no great big ones at one time. Just make some minor adjustments.
Amen. Yo, hold on. Tell everybody your name and everything, where you from, for the people who don't know who you are and everything.
I was just so happy to come on after hearing that. I forgot all about it. You know, all your listeners know. All your listeners know that know the Lord. Know when that bell rings, boy, you just jump up. It's a hallelujah moment, and I hate to miss those hallelujah moments. But anyway, coming back down here. My name is RevJaymes Browne from Charlotte Baptist Church here in the beautiful downtown city of Atlantic City, where our senior pastor is Bishop James Washington. And what can I say? I'm a miracle. I've been all through all the prison systems. I never spent one day at a Bible college or a seminary. I was blessed by God coming from the streets, coming through the judicial system, being a captain in Satan's army, and then coming out, making some major adjustments, got my life back on track with the blessings that he blessed me with my wife, Dale Brown, and with her help and the God and the family and everything, my kids, they got me up and everything, and I've been running strong for the Lord ever since. We currently have a mission at the Atlantic City Rescue Mission.
Oh yeah,
the first of every month. The Lord, I am merely an overseer of it. I didn't create it. I'm an overseer of it. What we do first Monday of every month, we have different pastors come in and layman people come in, and they bring the word to those less fortunate than ourselves.
Amen.
Understand, everybody that's at the mission isn't there because of drugs or this happened or they just wanted to be homeless or defiant. A lot of times, especially today ages, a lot of people are at the mission because they're on a mission.
That's true. That's true.
See, they don't understand. God's got them on a mission, and they're merely in the transition, and they needed a place to sit while they make these minor adjustments.
Yeah.
Understand what I'm saying? Right? So with that, we do that, and everyone is invited. You can also look and see what we're doing at my Facebook page, if you don't mind. It's Reverend Jaymes Browne.
Go ahead.
And that's James spelled with a Y, Jaymes, and Brown with an E, Browne. And we're on the Facebook page there, and you can order. We're still old school. We're still doing DVDs.
No,
I haven't got hip to all this electronic stuff yet.
Yeah, I help you out, man. That's my purpose is greater than your struggle. I'll help you with all that.
That's one of the adjustments that you made already. I haven't made that adjustment yet.
Yeah.
But you can also get there, and we'll send you a DVD of the whole night sermon of it and everything that we have.
Yeah, I got it when I spoke there.
Yeah.
I remember the message I spoke there years ago. The message was, say what you want to see.
And I still have that. Matter of fact, anybody want a copy of it, they can get with us, and I'll send them a copy, or I'll send you a copy if you don't have one. But matter of fact, we got to have you again. But I know you've been busy with your conferences and everything,
yeah,
which is another level in which the God has risen you to.
Yeah, it's good.
And we also have a book out that's been out for a while now. It's called From Pimping to the Pulpit.
Wow.
It's basically my testimony of where I was in the world and how God took somebody like me then to somebody like I am today.
Amen.
And for those that are listening, if you think there's no chance for you, get the book, because the book is about changing your life.
Amen.
And that's where we're at. And then recently, like I said, God has been taking me through some changes, some adjustments, and medically, and he just set me aside so that he can spend some personal time with me. I let him know he can set me aside right here at my home.
You
He didn't have to put me in the hospital.
Huh?
He didn't have to put me in the hospital to spend some time with me. He could just did that here in my living room.
Hey,
I was cool with it.
Hey, Pastor Brown, you know, I said it earlier on my when I post stuff, a lot of the things that I post on my social media page or wherever, I go by what drops in my spirit. It don't have to be me per se going through anything at that time. I'm always thinking about, I'm an evangelist and I like to encourage individuals. But what you had just said, you said God gave you some time. And what I had, the post that I had put up earlier, I don't know when, but I put it up earlier and I said that God didn't forget about you. The time that you haven't been called to walk in the purpose that he have created you was actually the divine time for you to get rest. It was the time that he set aside for you to get rest. And then I said, don't be shocked because everything is about to open for you now. The time when people wasn't calling you to do anything was just your time of preparation or your time to sit and rest, you know, because I sat, not sat on my purpose, but sat for a few years. Actually, I was always writing and developing my gifts and all that, and my business and my ministry, all that stuff I kept doing. But at the same time, I was rested. I didn't have to go anywhere. I was just rested. And a lot of times people miss the opportunity to rest because they constantly want to be doing something. And like you just said, you know, you had that time to rest. Like you said, he had to have you in the hospital. He had to put me in the hospital. Oh man, that's funny.
You know, like I tell you this here, Pastor. Of course, I agree with everything that you're saying. And even when I was in the prison system, and he set me apart to spend time with me. At that time, I was hard-headed, and I didn't realize it at the time, but I needed it. You know, the prison saved my life and made it possible for me to be where I'm at today. But this whole thing, being pregnant with a purpose.
Yeah.
That's what all this weight I got on me now.
Wow.
So I'm pregnant with another purpose. And
Yo, I'm
about to give birth very soon.
Yeah, amen.
But the thing of it is, one of the doctors told me that the body will heal itself, given enough time to heal. And you know yourself, when we hit the bricks, after coming from where we come from, we are on a constant go. Because we want to get this thing together. We done lost so much time that we think.
We think we did.
Yeah, but God said, just hold tight. Rest.
I got it.
I got you. That's the title of my second book. God's got your back.
Amen.
Through it all. While I'm laying up in the hospital, legs cocked up, you know how the bed goes up and down?
Mm-hmm.
I'm being catered to. My mind is telling me that I should be mad.
Wow.
Why am I here? When the doctor told me the last time that I had cancer, where I'm coming from at the age that I'm at, that was a death sign.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask how long I got, but was too scared. I didn't go start praying, oh God, what's going on, blah, blah, blah. I went through such a dark period. For those that might be going through something, don't feel bad because there's a way back and there's a reason for it. I went through about 2 months of a dark period where I didn't want to talk to nobody.
Wow.
I didn't go to church. I didn't fellowship. I didn't talk to nobody on the phone. I didn't want to be bothered.
At all.
Matter of fact, that was the best time that I had because now I was weeding my garden. Because I found out there's some people that was in my life that didn't deserve to have a front seat in the front pews. Yeah. They needed to be seated in the rear pews because they're not ready for the blessings that God's getting ready to bless me with. All they sit up on the front pew with is jealousy and envy and all this. When my purpose getting ready to burst, they're not going to be ready for it.
Yeah, that's true.
So I had to do some pruning.
That's true.
That was the purpose of that. But then When God got me right and I came back to myself, like Job, I found out that he's got me pregnant with this purpose for so much. Now, inside of me, I see a 250-pound man.
Wow.
See, you might not be able to see it yet.
Yeah.
It's like that field of corn where the man planted the field of corn.
Yeah.
And he told all his friends that it's a field filled with corn. They couldn't see it because the seed had to germinate and then go down with the root before the plant came up. See, so he's working on me now, but I see it. I've seen it already, and everything's going to be great, man. Fantastic.
And what motivated you to want to be in the field to help people who were struggling with like addictions and stuff like that? What made you want to? What pushed you to that area of your purpose?
Okay, number one, when I got out of prison and I was clean, I was a drug addict. No shame in the game. I've been there, so I know what I'll be talking about. And when I applied for the job, I was a counselor at John Brooks.
Oh, yeah.
Right here in Lang City. I was counselor over there. And most of my clients was former people that I used to get high with. See, so there's no thing of me trying to put on front like a lot of people that we know in our life that do. But like I said, everything that I went through, there was a reason for it. Because if I wasn't sitting in the room with those people getting high, I never would have realized what my main purpose was. And that was the fact that I was here to help them. Then when God blessed me with the anointing, I was able to go back to those places and pull some of the brothers and sisters up out of those spots. And by them seeing me and knowing who I am, that if God do that for me, then he would do it for you. So therefore, I had a yearning in me to go out and help people with no fear. I mean, I go up into the crack houses and talk about the Lord. Who do that? JB. And don't nobody bother me either because they know I'm still half crazy. Matter of fact, y'all need to know you still need to pray for me.
Yeah.
Because see, like I told brother just the other day, brother, if you disrespect me one more time, these size 10s gonna go so far up your blessed assurances that it's gonna take 4 or 5 prayer meetings to get it out. And guess what? You ain't even gotta call the police.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, when the police come, just tell them the guy that's walking down the street with one shoe on, that might be the one you want to pick up. Then, oh, you're a preacher. You ain't supposed to talk like that. You're supposed to turn the other cheek. Let me tell y'all folks about turning the other cheek. This cheek that you see now is the cheek that you want to see. Because if I turn the cheek, I'm going back to old JB. And that's the person that you definitely don't want to see. Because, see, JB used to get down with these. But JB get down with this now. So that's the bottom line.
And that's good that you use your old life or what you have been through to want to help individuals. Because I have a new feature on here on this live screen where I'm gonna put up. It's like a poll I can put up and ask people questions, and they can basically vote on it. So the question I'm gonna put on there is, do you still have issues? Because you know some people act like because we helping individuals that we don't actually still have struggles or issues. Do you still have issues? That would be the question to everybody.
Well, you know, at one time I would have said no. That's when I was full of myself. But as I've gotten older in the Lord, I found out that not only do I have some, I believe I got damn near all of them. They just been masked. Let me share real quickly with this one. I'm sitting in the church one day and I'm getting ready to be the speaker, and they're introducing me, and I'm sitting there, I'm all prayed up, and I look to the back of the church and the door opens, and here comes a young lady in that I used to get high with. Now we're talking over 20 years ago. And I prayed on it, and I figured that the God took that out of my life. I don't even have those thoughts. Well, she walks in with a baby, well, about a 6-year-old, and I look up and I see her. And she looks up open and she sees me. Now, at the time, I know what she told me later, she felt like turning around and walking back out to church.
Wow.
I'm sitting there and I'm thinking like, oh my God. You know, then all the thoughts start coming flooding back into my mind again when we was in those rooms getting high, and some of the things that I wanted to do to her sexually, although the body wasn't able to do it. But anyway, moving past that,
Yeah.
I had to go into deep prayer right then and there. And God smacked me on the back of my head and let me know, I put you up here. You didn't put you up here.
Yeah.
I put you up here to do what I need you to do. He needed me to minister to her that particular day. That was the purpose of me speaking that day.
And you almost,
almost blew it. Yeah, because letting the whole thing. And then the sermon that I had prepared, because in church, you know, we got to prepare the 3 points and blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
Take him to the cross and bring him down. But I just came out with my testimony. God changed that whole message in the blink of an eye.
Wow.
I had it all written down on little cards. He changed my message where I was being honest from the heart. And I gave my testimony and how I felt today and where I was at then, and how we got to pray and get rid of those things, those issues, and those thoughts that we used to have, those old thoughts, like you said, because they haven't went nowhere. They're just lingering back there, waiting for an opportunity to come forward.
It's always the enemy always look for an opportunity to get back into your life. That's why we try to do our best to stay away from the things we used to do. Everybody, again, like that question says on the screen, do you still have issues? We all have issues. We may not have the same issues as we had before, but we all still have issues. We just have them on a different level. Like now, one of the things a lot of people struggle with, not just a lot of people, but that I noticed that people have a struggle with is the opinion of others. How other people have their opinions of you. They might think you think you're better than them when actually you don't think that. They think that you think that. You get it? They think you think you're better than them, but you don't think that because you know you got issues. But the other person has the wrong perception of other people because they think that. So because they don't know that you actually have issues just like them, you just may not have the issues that they actually have at that moment.
See, and the other thing is too, not only realizing that we have issues, but willing to do something about them issues.
That's right.
You know, a lot of people just like they don't want to know about the Lord. For the simple fact is, then they will be held accountable.
Yeah.
A lot of people, including myself at one time, and I include myself into just about everything that I speak, because the Lord has allowed me to experience a lot of these things in which I speak on and counsel people on today. And that is being responsible. Once you know something, it's hard for you to, when you walk it, was it the man in the mirror?
Yeah.
You walk past the mirror, you see yourself in the mirror, you see something don't look right, then you just walk away from it.
Yeah.
These things will go away.
Yeah, you know, not knowing.
Yeah. Now there's some minor adjustments that we got to do.
You have
to. Matter of fact, one of the things is if you raise both your hands up in the air, they act as antennas. And you can fine tune it more in with God's message and his word. And you get to know it better because he comes in crystal clear through those antennas.
Yeah.
Now, if you're still enough, whether it be in the hospital, in jail, or sitting in your bedroom or sitting on the toilet, if you're in tune to him, you will hear him speak to you.
That's the whole.
Now you're accountable, and now you can make some plans on doing something about it, like changing your ways of time.
Yeah, because some of the times some of the times we be moving too much or not sitting still enough. I try to meditate or don't do anything for a period of throughout the day when you're just meditating and listen to the spirit to try to guide you through everything that you want to go through. So what's your next what you got next going on for the mission or anything? You do it on Mondays, right? Or not?
We do it the first Monday of every month.
The first Monday
of every month. This coming next month, the first Monday, we have Reverend Linda Reeves from Shallow Baptist Church and secretary for the Fellowship of Churches. She'll be bringing the message to those at the mission.
Okay.
Yeah. And then December, we have evangelist Florine from New Shiloh as well. She'll be there. And hopefully at January for the new year, the new coming of the new year, we might have Miss Applewhite or those at at your ministry might be coming in again. We're praying on it.
Yeah.
We have it penciled in, but God is leading us in all these directions because reason why I don't personally preach there myself every time you turn around is because God need to hear things from other people.
That's a good thing that you do. You give other people opportunity. I tell people, I teach this personally. I'm a purpose-driven guy.
Well, that's you. That's for you.
God has me in one vein, and I've learned to stay in my vein and stay in my lane. And He has me basically inspiring people and get them directed on the purpose that they have inside of them. I don't focus on, because I used to always say, Lord, I got to point out the sin that they're doing. He says, no, if you point them within, I'll deal with the sin. So I'm like, okay, I got it. He said, you point them within and I'll deal with the sin. So I never, ever have to confront people about stop doing anything. I simply want to focus people or get people to use their focus to go within. If they focus on within, God will deal with the sin. I never ever had to preach and tell somebody about them stopping their sin. I only had to direct them to within what they have within them. And God said, you direct them within and I'll take care of the sin.
See, and that's so beautiful. I like that saying. Matter of fact, make a note of that if you don't mind. I want to use that one. I want to use that. I'll let you know up front. I'm gonna use that. but you made a good point.
Yeah.
Now, and continuing with what I'm doing, and show you how God's been working. We've been doing this ministry for over 20 years now, and God seemed fit to set me aside. Yeah. That's through some of the health problems I've been having, and allowed me to sit down while He raised up my wife.
Nice.
Now he raised up my wife, and she's actually been over there at the mission and working with that ministry. Her and God's been going to take it to another level. While he allowed me to sit aside and work on me because I'm getting ready to go in a different direction.
That's good.
I did what he had for me to do there.
Yeah.
We planted the seed, and we worked that, and we got it to the place where He wants it to be. And now, understand, my wife didn't come from the birth canal of a Christian either.
I got
my wife, she came down some hard roads.
Yeah.
And then not only that, she had to be dealing with me.
Yeah. And that's it.
I'm not going to there all about.
Yeah. But
wait a minute. I know it's hard for you to believe, but I'm not an easy person to be with all the time.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah.
So he's raised her up.
Yeah.
And even the Bible study, I wasn't able to Bible teach my wife. I had to direct her to the Lord. And He taught her.
There you go.
And He's been working with her and raising her up. And she gave her testimony there one night because she's not the type that like to stand in front of people and talk. But now it's hard to get her to shut up. Sometimes she thinks she knows more than I know. But that's another story altogether. But she's been raising up, and I'm getting ready to do some other things. Like I said, I'm getting ready to give birth to my purpose very shortly. And at His time, so the Lord's going to send me on another mission.
I just was talking about, I've been writing something. You talking about birthing your purpose, which is actually a good thing because I have just been, I'm a writer, but I have just been writing something, and what I have been writing, the heading of it is, you have been impregnated with greatness. and what that means, like the impregnate means to soak, to saturate, to fill, or to plant. And you have been planted. Greatness has been planted inside of us. So if greatness has been planted inside of us, then we have to direct people to look within, like I keep saying. And then you think about Jesus, when Jesus says, every root, he said in Matthew, every tree that my father didn't plant it will be uprooted. Hold on. Your father planted, your father planted, his father planted. So every tree that hasn't been planted by God in us will be uprooted. But whatever has stayed inside of us, God planted there. Because he says every tree that my father did not plant will be uprooted. So he's letting us know he planted something in us, and that thing that he planted was our greatness. So we just
that is so true, and I agree with you 100%. My outlook on it, and I also, matter of fact, wrote a sermon on the whole thing. That's why it's at the top of my mind right now.
Yeah,
it's because I was looking at my daughter just had another baby, and what she was going through. And she had the baby before that. She was talking about her stretch marks. And now, as weird as that sounds, the Lord always puts it in me to come up with things that relate to our everyday situations.
Yeah, he does.
And the stretch mark, even with being impregnated with the Holy Spirit with this purpose. Now, I'm not going to carry this darn baby for 20 years.
No.
It's not going to come out in 20 years. It's going to come out as a babe, which I got to nourish it and all this other kind of stuff with that purpose that's coming out.
That's right.
But the point of it is the purpose that I gave before last year when I gave birth to a purpose, I still carry the stretch marks
of that
from
birth.
Carrying that purpose.
Yeah.
And the thing is, when I take a shower and I look down and I see these stretch marks, and times get hard dealing with that purpose now that is down to 21 years old and think that they running things, this ministry, that ministry. Now I can look down and see the stretch mark. I don't get angry. I think back to when I was carrying it. See, and the beautiful part is when I actually do give birth to this ministry, to this other ministry that's coming. And
that's good you're talking about that, because I mean I'm literally writing about that right now. But it's a few things I'm telling you in regards to being impregnated with the greatness that you have inside of you. But before we do that, my wife said she's watching from where she is, her location. Actually, oh yeah, she won't be able to come on screen right now. I hope she would. I might send her the link. She said, "What? Can you read that?"
You're mad at me, is she?
No. It said, "What was your defining moment when you knew you had to let God change you?"
What was my defining moment?
That when you knew you had to let God change your life.
Okay, I got that for you. And this is for you only. One time you hear this.
Go.
One night, I was high as a kite.
Yeah.
On a vacant lot out in California. Matter of fact, It was Long Beach, California, on a vacant lot. I was sleeping in an Indian teepee tent that another homeless person had given me.
Wow.
I didn't know, I'm a city boy. I'd never been camping or anything. I didn't know you're supposed to build a tent up off the ground. Well, anyway, real quick, I'm going to go through this real quickly.
Go ahead.
But outside the tent, you hear it kept hearing these little noises like squeak, 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 squeak.
Yeah.
Well, I found out that there was 2 rats outside my tent. Yeah. The rats was about the size of baby kittens. Uh-oh, I'm getting ready to shut down now. My line's getting ready to go down. My power is going to power off.
You got a charger? Yo, Pastor Brown service went out. I'll take it from here. I'm very skilled at that, trying to ad lib. But anyway, I was thinking about when he was talking about being pregnant with greatness. This particular thing that I was writing, and said you have been impregnated with greatness. At the was it 2 days ago? About 2-3 days ago, when I woke up and I was doing my devotions. And this came to me that when When a woman gives birth to a child, when a woman gives birth to a child, soon after, God provides the food needed to feed that baby, even if the mother uses it or not. When a woman gives birth to a child, soon after, God provides food to feed that baby, even if the mother chooses it to use it or not. Now, I said all that to say this. All of us have been impregnated with greatness, a purpose. That's our baby. And God, soon as we birth it, God has already provided everything we need to feed our baby. Watch this, even if we choose to use it or not. Everybody has been impregnated by God with a baby. That baby is our greatness. That baby is our purpose. And no matter what happens, that baby is already provided the necessary food at that particular time to feed the baby, even if we use it or not. So no matter what, everybody has been impregnated with greatness. No matter what's going on, everybody has been impregnated with some type of greatness. Rather we use it or not, everybody. When a woman gives birth to a child, soon after that, God provides the food to feed the child, even if the mother chooses to breastfeed that child or not. God has already provided the necessary food for that child. And when we birth our greatness, we birth our purpose, and we birth what we feel inside of us, soon after we birth it, God already has provided the necessary thing to feed it, even if we don't use it or not. It's still provided for us. I remember my daughter said, if it's God's will, it's God's bill. And that is so true, because he provides everything we need. Pastor Brown went off, and my wife's not here, and this is kind of weird. I'm used to her being here now. But other than that, hopefully, again, hopefully that y'all check out the conferences and stuff that we've been doing. God has blessed us to connect with different facilities, different churches, different organizations to be able to do My Purpose is Greater Than My Struggle conference. November 10th and 11th, we'll have one. One of them is on a Saturday, one of them is on a Sunday. I have all 8 of my books. I have all copies of all 8 of my books. If you would like to get one of the shirts, you can go to my Facebook page, put the size on there. I have to order the shirts and have them there on November 10th or 11th. Other than that, man, Minor Adjustments online talk show is created to inspire, encourage, give hope, and to stir up the greatness that people have inside of them. Our motto is anywhere but backwards. And that came from Jeremiah 7:24 that says, yet they did not obey and incline their ear to me, but they followed the counsel and the dictates of their own hearts, and they all went backwards instead of forward. Our motto is simple. Anywhere but backwards. If I'm facing a situation, no matter what that situation is, I can't go backwards. That means I got to face that situation going forward. And remember, whenever a woman gives birth to a child, she soon after, God provides the necessary food to feed that child, rather the woman uses it or not. I said all that to say this. All of us have been impregnated with greatness. And when we birth that greatness that we have been impregnated with, soon after, God provides the necessary things we need to feed that baby. He provides what's needed to feed that baby. Watch this. Even if we choose to use it or not, everybody has been impregnated with greatness. If we choose to use what God has provided for that greatness, that baby, that purpose that we have, it's up to us. We can never go to God and say, Lord, this person had this person had that. All God going to say is, I gave all of you 24 hours in a day. God bless you.